Mindset Code. Welcome to our channel. This is a credible investigation of a possible connection between Nazi and extraterrestrial being, and a lot of UFO sightings in the past half-century, and the secret flying saucer technologies developed by Nazi in World War II. UFOlogy, conspiracy theory, and science fiction have calculated the linking UFOs to Nazi Germany. The German UFO theorists describe supposedly successful attempt to develop an advanced aircraft or spacecraft prior to enduring the World War II. Welcome to Mindset Code PH. You are watching the secret mission to Antarctica, the truth behind the secret Nazi bases and aliens. Before we continue, I want you to stay updated for all our upcoming video weekly here in Mindset Code PH. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell.
Did you know that the Nazi regime is rumored to have been building a time machine to travel back in time and change the course of the war? That's only one of the many top-secret superweapons in Nazi Germany we're going to explore. Now, we do not claim that any of the theories in this video are facts. When it's an undisputed historical fact, we'll state it as such. Other than that, it's all educated speculation. Let's get into it. Some country implemented this idea, and the sun gun is floating around the planet right now. Die Glocke. And now it's time for the most mind-blowing theory out there about Nazi dark technology. Die Glocke, German for the bell. Die Glocke is described by the Polish journalist Igor Witkowski as a device that has the shape of a bell made of hard and heavy metal, about 4 meters high and 3 meters in diameter. It contained 2 counter-rotating cylinders filled with a substance similar to mercury but violet in color. Some claim that this substance is the incredibly rare and maybe even unearthly Cerium-525, which was stored in a tall and thin thermos and encapsulated in lead. When Die Glocke was activated, Witkowski claims, it had an action radius of about 200 meters. Within this radius of action, crystals formed on animal cell tissue, blood thickened into a jelly-like substance, and plants completely decomposed into a substance similar to fats. Regarding the purpose of Die Glocke, there are 3 speculations. First, some say it was a bold attempt at creating an apocalyptic atomic bomb, which aimed to wipe the entire planet in case the Nazis lost the war. Others say it was an experiment on anti-gravity and free energy, that Die Glocke was a breakthrough in propulsion physics and was supposed to open the door for bending gravity to human will. The third and most staggering theory about Die Glocke was that it was intended as a time machine. Now wait, I know this sounds crazy, but hear me out. Einstein's theory of general relativity states that time is not linear, that it doesn't go in one direction, irreversible, and unaffected by its surroundings, but rather that it's a dimension that intertwines with space and can be warped and manipulated just like space, either by objects with extremely high mass, like black holes, or by a very powerful wave force, like gravity or electromagnetic waves. Let's move away from Die Glocke for a minute and go to a very strange incident that occurred on the 28th of October 1943 in the United States. The U.S. Navy was testing out the destroyer escort USS Eldridge in Philadelphia. The warship was intended to produce an electromagnetic field so powerful that it practically becomes invisible to any enemy detection devices. However, something completely unexpected happened. It is rumored that the USS Eldridge teleported a distance of 400 kilometers to New York by creating an electromagnetic field so powerful that it warped time-space itself, and many crew members died before the ship was back in Philadelphia. Now, the US military quickly denied anything like that happened and claimed it was just a routine exercise, but several officers who were on the ship tell a different story. So, if a US Navy ship could warp time and teleport 400 kilometers, could Die Glocke really have had the ability to travel in time? Another strange incident occurred on the night of 9th December 1965, when a large fireball was viewed by thousands of people in 6 different US states and the city of Ontario, Canada. It crashed in the woods at Kecksburg, Pennsylvania, 30 miles northeast of Pittsburgh. The object is said to resemble a bell, and it had engravings that looked exactly like those Die Glocke is described to have. However, in 2005, NASA reported that experts examined fragments from the area and determined it was a Soviet satellite. Yeah, of course they did. Some say that Die Glocke was intended to create an electromagnetic field so strong that it warps time-space and gives Nazi officers the ability to travel into the past and change the outcome of the war. And even though we all know this didn't happen, there are some eerie truths surrounding this topic. For example, after the Nazis lost the war, Heinrich Müller, chief of the Gestapo, the secret state police of Nazi Germany, disappeared without a trace. Hundreds of Nazi officers were captured and tried for war crimes, but not Heinrich Müller. He just disappeared, never to be seen again. This led some to believe that the US government allowed him to escape in exchange for information about Die Glocke. Even though the bell doesn't exist in any official documentation from Operation Paperclip, there's this one footage showing it as it seems to be levitating from the ground without the aid of any jet or propeller engines. Furthermore, modern pictures of the area where Die Glocke experiments would have happened show absolutely no plants within a specific radius. Think about it. This area has been abandoned for over 80 years. Surely plantation would have crept into the site, but there's none at all, which tells us, in the very least, that there were some very powerful radiation experiments held at that place. And finally, Heinrich Himmler, the founder of the SS and one of the most powerful men in Nazi Germany, used Weivelsburg Castle as a holy SS temple where some pseudo-religious ceremonies and top-secret researches were conducted. That is an undisputed fact. Conclusion. But this fact was the spark for many conspiracy theories like the Bell and others. The question is, if there were no secret experiments conducted by the Nazis, why would there be a sacred SS temple where they conducted shadowy practices? If Die Glocke never existed, why are there many people going above and beyond trying to disprove its existence? Whether Die Glocke was an apocalyptic atomic bomb, an anti-gravity device, or a time machine, and whether it existed at all, we can never say for sure. We can only speculate. Let us know what you think in the comments section below, and tell us if there are any mysteries you'd like us to explore in our next video.